active listening, lesson number 5, lesson 11 in the book, paraphrasing with tone. We start with the opening question, ask students to consider the importance of tone. Very important. It's not just the words, everybody. Then we do the theater game, blah, 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 and then paraphrase practice with tone. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, opening question. What tone of voice gets your attention? That's really fun. You don't have to go deep into it. Just get everybody a chance. I usually say, Dave, which is my mother, gets me, says my name, and I know I'm in trouble. All right. Activity 2, blah, blah, blah. Divide your students into pairs. Assign all students with a character, a setting, and a conflict. Use examples such as, hey, 2 friends who find a wallet on the street. One friend wants to keep it. The other friend wants to find the rightful owner. One student's only going to be able to say blah, 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 though. Actually, both students are going to just say blah, blah, blah. Another scenario is a customer is upset with the waiter at the restaurant because the soup is cold, or a parent tries to fix a child's shirt for a photo, but the child doesn't want to be bothered. Okay, within those parameters, the 2 students engage in a conversation using the only word blah. Make sure each student has a role. They don't want to play the same role. Say, hey, student A, are you going to be the parent? You're going to be a child? You're going to be the customer, the waiter, whatever. And then say, once you have that, the only thing you're able to say is blah, and the only thing you're going to use from that blah is decipher the tone and use nonverbal communication to convey the meaning. It'll be interesting to see what happens. So let the students go back and forth, and at the end, decide, what were you able to communicate and not able to communicate? And how did your physicality and tone affect comprehension? So it's not just tone, but you also want to use often your body, as I do very often. All right, some variations. You can tell student A the who, what, and where. And after a block conversation, have the student B guess the who, what, and where. So, don't tell them don't tell student B, just give the information to student A. I also like to do this as a demonstration first. Forgot to say that earlier. So make sure you do the demo first, and then try to say the activity without any words. So they're just using their body, not even using the word blah. And then try the same activity without any movement, just saying blah. So lots of different choices you can have to do this. All right. So that's just a fun way to get started thinking about tone. Usually you get a little bit of the information, not too much, and then you're going to add the paraphrase practice with tone. All right, this is the big lesson. All right, we're going to now combine our awareness of tone with paraphrasing. Demonstrate paraphrasing with the student. Communicate not only what you heard, but also match the tone with the student. After paraphrasing, ask the student here. The 3 words, they're important to me. Is that right? So you can ask the student, hey, what's the most disgusting thing you have ever had to eat? You listen to it and go, oh my God, you had the mushrooms on top of mushrooms on top of a banana, and you were forced to eat that? Oh, wow. So it's not just the words, it's also the tone. Divide and say, hey, did I get that right? This was incredibly disgusting. And they would say, well, no, maybe they liked it. Mushroom over banana. Divide the students then into 2 groups and have them face each other for concentric circles. You got that from earlier in this unit. And tell student group A that they will be the talkers. Group B will be the paraphrase what they hear with tone in mind. So they did this already where they were listening. Now they're going to practice listening with tone and answer with the tone. Say, hey, is that right? Group A answers a prompt, and Group B paraphrases, having the pairs afterwards have the pairs switch roles. Sample questions. What is your favorite family recipe, your favorite dessert? How do you feel when someone accuses you of doing something you didn't do? That is the biggest trigger for me. What is something you have done that you are proud of, or what is something you've done that you are not proud of? Okay. Ask the students afterwards to thank each other. That was really great. Same thing with concentric circles. Tell Group A to stand up, rotate 1 seat clockwise, and then repeat. So give a lot of time for this. They will in general, you want to say, remember, when you paraphrase, it's going to go slower. So the first time they do concentric circles, it was really fast. Say this time, remember, the slower you get, it's more important that for communication to really show that you understand each other, you won't go as fast, but you'll understand each other more. And that's the key to the lesson. At the end, say, hey, how did listening to tone affect your feeling of being heard? And again, this is something they're going to practice really for the rest of their lives, and at the very least, for a few days before they get good at this. And then have them for homework. Hey, practice paraphrasing someone, but matching their tone, and see how that impacts the communication. And again, you want to make sure you're not mocking somebody. These students can, without your supervision, they might use that as an excuse to say something silly. No, we're just really trying to deeply understand somebody and show the tone. It might be happy, it might be sad, and it could be a conversation on how do we even think about tone. And again, it's always you practice, 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 practice.